Today what we're going to do is we're going to answer your questions. This is fun. I have questions. This is new. I have questions. Okay, so thanks for sharing. I saw in episode 50 or 28, Beginner Basics. I'm going to jump down. You mentioned Joom, Joom, Joom in the video. Is there anyone that is more basic? Okay, so the Joom, 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 Jigga strumming pattern is this. This is one of the most basic strumming patterns you can do, I think, and it's useful. That's Joom, 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 Jigga. Joom, 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 Jigga. Joom, 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 Jigga. All right. You can apply this to lots of different chords. So that is, the more basic than that is Joom, 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 Joom. These are just eighth notes. Also, notice the way that I play my G chord, okay? When I play my G chord, to me, to my way of thinking, to my ears, this is what I would consider to be the mostly correct way to do it. Unless I'm playing that kind of sound, I don't want to hear this. And when I say I don't, nor do the people that I listen to, and lots of people, I've listened to lots of different people, most people use the 3 and the 4 on their G chord. Okay? Now, if I were to get rid of a finger because this is too hard and you're just starting out, the first finger is the first one to go. You got that? Doesn't sound a whole lot different. So Joom, 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 Joom on my G chord is like the easiest one that feels like a groove. If you need something easier than that, try quarter notes. Easier than that is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But for me, if we can do Joom, 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 or Joom, 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 Jigga, it's going to sound like a song, and I want to get to that point as quickly as possible. All right. That one was from Sheila. Thank you, Sheila. Okay, Patty asks about trigger finger. Trigger finger, as I am understanding, it is some sort of thing that you hurt yourself, you broke your finger, you did something, you fell on the sidewalk, you did whatever. I don't know how to address that. I don't know. Go to a doctor, and my thing is, I guess the thing that I would do is like be persistent and don't quit. Don't quit. Don't quit. So I don't. In other words, I think it's a doctor's question, so I'm sorry about that. I never heard of trigger finger until she mentioned it. I had to look it up. So anyway, okay, Stephen Sabbath, hand placement of the C chord. Well, we're going to do 2 chords for Stephen. We're going to do the C chord. Okay, when I do the C chord, the thing that you want to look at, notice that my fingers are angled. This is not angled. This is painful. That's goofy. My fingers are angled. And also, don't have your thumb, you don't hold your thumb and treat your guitar like it's a battle axe. You bring your thumb back. This is what I call the Fonzie thumb. And if you don't know who Fonzie is, go on YouTube and type in Fonzie. Put the Fonzie thumb right in the back of the neck. Right? Like that. And it would be in back of where your second finger is. My second finger is not going to be like this. It's going to be on an angle. Okay? And it's going to go directly down on top. It's not going to lean in. You don't want to lean into the neighboring strings. You want to pull your hand up because we want to hear all those notes. That is how I finger a C chord. Another way we can finger a C chord, a couple ways we can finger a C chord, just thinking in open terms. That's another C chord. Okay, and then there's the David Bowie way. Ground control, the major tom. I like that one because that means we can strum all 6 strings. It's also like Wish You Were Here. It's also Lola by the Kinks. So anyway, that's a C chord that we can play. I like. But mostly when I play a C chord, I play it like everyone else, but the fingers are angled. The fingers are angled. Not like all chords don't have to angle your fingers. The C chord does. And also, we don't want to have our thumb out over top. We want to bring our thumb back and go directly down on top. And what I would also do when I'm playing it to make sure every note that is supposed to sound good does sound good. All right. Now, I said 2 chords. We're going to do 3 chords. Sometimes instead of a C chord, what you can play is a C add 9 chord. So like a C chord would be like in the case of G and C, C add 9 is easier. And it's a substitute that is used it's used a lot. So all I'm doing to get to that C add 9 chord, there's 2 ways to play that. Just bring these 2 fingers down from the G chord. And then the other thing you can do is pinkyless, C add 9. Which isn't as common, but it's a thing. Now, that's the question. Those are your C questions. Now, while we're at the C chord, you can also do the F chord the same way. The only thing about the F chord. Now, the F chord is the first time I was learning the F chord is the first time I wanted to quit. Because this is way too hard and I didn't sign on for this. It does get better. Keep your Fonzie thumb in the back. These fingers do not mute out this, and you got to bar that first finger. If you just want to practice barring to get started, and when I say barring, I'm putting my finger on 2 different strings. And then add a finger. Practice that until it's easy, and then add your... Okay, and eventually you can do bar chords, but the F chord, when we're getting started, it was the first chord that there's no way I'm going to get this down, and I did. I just stopped worrying about it. That's another lesson. If you can't do it now, stop worrying about it. Come back in a couple weeks. You can't do it then, stop worrying about it. Come back later. It'll come. Don't quit. Don't quit. Anyway. All right, Kimberly. Kimberly, I have next to no central vision and limited and distorted peripheral vision. It's been a slow start, but I play every day. And although I am a terrible singer, I also love to sing while I play. I now have 11 songs that I can play all the way through, and if you can get past the singing, they don't sound half bad. My goal is to be able to play any song into a fun fingerstyle type of song. And I'm struggling learning with scales due to the blind spots and warped lines in my vision. Any tips toward less visual approach? The tip that I have was be like Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder never had, in other words, if your vision is always going to be a thing, then take vision out of the loop. I would even go turn your eyes all the way off and just find your way onto your chords, onto your G chord. Don't look at all. And this is a thing that my students that have eyesight, their eyesight problems, but they look too much. I call this eyes shut. doing stuff, and you're not looking at your fingers. Nobody wants to see a guitar player go like this. That's not cool, and it's a thief of joy. So, all right, so channel Stevie Wonder, Jeff Healey. The worst possible thing is that not have eyesight. It's rather to not have hearing. When you're playing a guitar, when you're playing a keyboard, you can feel your way around. What I would also do is I probably, if you have some of those like sticker, kind of like, you remember how they label maker, where you could put on the back of your neck, you could put a sticker that says this is the 5th fret, this is the 7th fret, and you get used to it, which is which. And it's like you put your thumb, first notch is going to be 5th fret, second notch is going to be 7th fret, double dot your 12th fret, so you can leave the open string area. Now the other thing is, since you're talking about fun fingerstyle stuff for beginners, I did this before in a lesson. Your first fingerstyle pattern. This is your very first fingerstyle pattern that you can try out. I just do thumb index. If you've never played fingerstyle before, thumb index, just get used to that. And find a song that has that. Now, if that's already easy for you, you might want to go thumb, index, thumb, middle. That's what I play it. To me, that's easier. And you practice it over and over again, like just over and over and over and over again. And tenacity, over and over again. Do not be denied. This is cool. Like, I have to take myself back to 6th grade and like what was cool in 6th grade, and I'm going to go. I'm going to play this until I get it down, because it's just too cool not to. So, and I'm not going to be denied. Mr. Thompson in New York Suburban Middle School, which was then the junior high, he's the one that taught me this. We had a guitar club. Thumb, index, thumb, middle, for those more advanced players. All right, you say you're a terrible singer, sing anyway. Sing a lot. Sing anyway, sing a lot. You say you're terrible, I don't know if I think you're terrible, because I have a different viewpoint on terrible. Okay, so I like people that have real voices, not the stuff that you see on, it's not Star Search, whatever it is. Anyway, sing, write songs, play other people's songs, keep fingerstyling. All right, Aaron asked, my open chords are clean, my changes are slow, and my rhythm is improving. Okay, so a few tips on getting from chord to chord. He says his changes are slow. That's something you can practice as well. So you want to learn all your basic open chords. Open chords are those chords that are in the first 3 frets. And then what you want to do is you want to learn going from one chord to the next. Now, I have a book that does this, that I call it an open chord workshop, and I could share with you like pages of it at some point. But it's going from this chord to another chord. And now, what you want to do, here's the thing, that when we switch between chords, what I think about is economy of motion. I don't want to work any harder than I have to, because it's hard enough to get some of this stuff down. So I go G to D. Is there any fingers that's in common between G and D? And because I finger my G chord like this, you have your 3rd finger like that. That 3rd finger is the segue finger to get us from G to D. Keeping your your Fonzie thumb on your open chord. All right. G to C at 9 is even easier. I know you've heard that song before. All right. Anyway, A minor to C. Now those in common fingers, by the way, I call those scout fingers. And I practice just going from one chord to the next, one chord to the next, one chord to the next, over and over again. If you do that for 5 minutes, it's actually, you'll get it down. It doesn't have to take hours to get this stuff down. You just got to be short spurts of, like, I'm going to get this. Alright? And then E minor to G. First finger's the scout finger. You have these all over the place. Then you get these little switches down, then start playing songs that use them. And there's dozens and dozens and dozens, like thousands of songs. What am I saying? Thousands of songs. And there's thousands of songs that use these that I've never heard. I'm only talking about the ones I've heard. So anyway, so that'll work for your church praise team, and it's your country guitar, it's your rock guitar. Like every rocker has a soft side. Like it was some sort of guitar greats, ballads, whatever. Like, Every rocker tries to be a cowboy once in a while, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. And there's tons of songs that do that. Anyway, this is Rod, Boomer Guitar Sessions. Questions. You have more questions, ask them, and I'll answer them. I swear to you, I will. See you next time. Hi, this is Rod from Boomer Guitar Sessions. I personally wanted to thank you for being part of our community. If you like what we're doing here and you want to see more of it, please hit the like, subscribe, and share. And this helps me spread my musical messages to all over the world. Thank you. I appreciate you. And always remember, you can do this.